Hello penny pickers, my name is Dehan and welcome back to your number one place for all your investing needs. In today's video, we're going to be going over 4 top hot penny stocks right now to watch as the retail traders flood the stock market. So I know a lot of you guys are focusing your eyes on GameStop, BlackBerry, Nokia, AMC, and others, but we're still going to be talking about our penny stocks because that's what we're going to be focusing on. Let's dive on in and check them all out. The first penny stock on the list is going to be Southwestern Energy Company. Shares of SWN stock were up around 12% or about $3.69 around midday. This helped capture some interest in the market. This is based on its continued performance and the performance of the energy sector as a whole. Before we dive deeper into SWN, we have to understand the greater industry that it operates in. Now, the company is an explorer and producer of natural gas based in the United States. When the pandemic hit, energy demand dropped to lower levels in a short period of time. This makes sense given that little to no travel was occurring at that time. Additionally, investors assumed that the demand would continue dropping in the following months. Now, around a year after the pandemic began, vaccine distribution efforts are at an all-time high, obviously. This means that the investors are feeling more confident about the energy industry's future, and thus companies like SWN. In the past 6 months, shares of SWN stock have shot up around 50%. While this is not a huge gain compared to other stocks, obviously, it does signify a stable and solid bullish rise. Some investors believe that the energy sector could soon reach its pre-Rona levels, if not higher. Where do you stand on this topic? So, let's take a look. Ticker symbol SWN. It was up about 11.2% today. Currently, the stock is trading at $3.67. So what do we see here? We see here when the pandemic hit, it was trading at around $1.26. So since then, it's went up over 170, 180% since then, almost 200% gains. Now, what do we like to see? We see here it went all the way up, then it pulled back down, and then we see right here, between this October level, we see this, look at this wedge. This is a great pattern. The lows are getting lower and the highs are getting higher every single time. As you can see here, every single time the high get higher, 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 and higher all the way up here at $4 where it hit $4. Then we saw this pullback as we saw the cool off and the sell off a little bit. Shares are trading still about 20-30 million shares every single day. And we see that the volume is picking up, obviously. So what we're going to be looking forward to on the next run is going to be for it to break through this $4 resistance. Once it breaks through that, we make a new 52-week high. Hopefully it hits the $4.50 range, creating a new high, have a little bit of a pullback, and then shoot on up and continue that trend on up. So that's definitely what we're going to be looking for with this pattern to continue, where we make lower lows and higher highs. So this is a beautiful pattern, in my opinion, to be following, guys, for the next few months and see what happens in 2021. As always, guys, I appreciate your support on the channel, so go ahead and smash that like button. Let's aim for 300 plus likes in the first 24 hours of this video being up. I know with so many eyes being focused on these other stocks, the penny stock sector is not really being hot right now, and you guys aren't focusing on these penny stocks, but I'm still going to be focusing on these every single day. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel, turn on that bell notification so you get notified every time I make a new video and you don't miss out on these gains. As always, if you guys want to sign up for Webull, there's going to be a link in the description. Get your 4 free stocks when you sign up with Webull today. Leave a comment below what penny stocks you're looking at right now, and are you looking at any of these on your list? Second hot penny stock right now is going to be Peabody Energy Corp. So another big gainer for today is Peabody Energy Corp, pushing up roughly 32% by midday. Interestingly enough, shares of BTU stock have hovered around $4.90 on January 27th, meaning that could soon move out of that penny stock territory. So that's definitely something we have to keep an eye out on. Now, Peabody is another energy company producing large quantities of coal for sale around the world. The company stated that it serves customers across 25 countries. While the use of coal is obviously declining due to the clean energy boom right now, BTU has found the niche that the coal is needed to produce infrastructure around the world. This includes coal being utilized as the main source of fuel in many countries for producing steel. Now, while the Rona is still running rampant, we could see case numbers decline shortly. This could mean that infrastructure and economic development could soon rise again, beating our pre-Rona levels. Now, of course, we have to consider the fact that the clean energy is the way of the future, but in the present, there is still a very high demand for fossil fuels, including coal, in 2021. Now, on Tuesday, January 26th, the company announced that around $400 million worth of existing notes now validly tendered and accepted for exchange. This announcement comes several months after the company announced the offering. At the end of 2019, Peabody stated that it had roughly 3.6 billion tons of proven and probable coal reserves, and 500,000 acres of owned surface property. With this, Peabody remains one of the largest coal producers in America. Whether or not this information makes it one of the penny stocks to watch is up to you. Now, right here, ticker symbol BTU, it was up about 26.22%, trading at $4.67 today, which is a nice gain of about 97 cents today. As we can see, previously, last year, the support level was around this $2.80 area, and it kept bouncing off of that area for a while. Then we saw a breakthrough, went up a little bit, and then we saw this breakdown, building a new support level down here around $1 area. So the stock really did sink here towards the end of 2020. We were trading around $1 per share. Then we saw volume slowly start to pick up. We came to this resistance area, and it was around the $2.40 area, which was our previous support level up here, and we broke through that with some volume here around 9 million, 10 million shares traded. We saw it break through that, make highs up here about $4.20, which was the previous resistance level that we couldn't break through at one point, and the previous support level on this time right there, as you can see on the chart. So right now what we're going to be looking for is for it to break through the $5 area. If it can break through that $5 area, it has a gap to fill up all the way up, and it can continue to push up all the way to around $6 before we hit our next resistance area. So we're going to be looking out for this one to see what happens if it gets out of that penny stock zone and the volume continues to push up, and this one continues to trend on up. So definitely one to keep a radar on. The third penny stock on the list is going to be Castor Maritime Inc. So as we continue this list of big daily gainers, Castor Maritime Inc. comes in with a 20% gain at midday on January 27th. While you may not have heard of a CTRM stock before, the company has been making some big waves in the past few months. So if you're missing out on this one, you're not going to be missing out anymore. So throughout its various subsidiaries, Castor Maritime Inc. works in the ocean transport industry. Specifically, it offers seaborne transportation for mostly dry cargo. This includes the transportation of iron, coal, grain, steel, products, cement, and much more. As you can see, its business model is quite broad, meaning that demand could remain high. Interestingly, we have to also consider the demand for these products is not nearly as affected by the Rona as certain other industries have been. The company states that it currently has 3 ships that can together haul roughly 76,000 tons of cargo. Last week, Castor Maritime announced a $15.3 million debt financing deal at 3.3% interest per year. The CEO of Castor Maritime, Petros Panagiotis, stated that we are very pleased that this financing opportunity came to a successful completion. This new debt financing, our largest to date, with its attractive cost of funds, will provide additional liquidity, enabling us to continue pursuing our strategic goal of expanding our fleet and delivering long-term profitability to our shareholders. So that is great news as a shareholder that you want to see. Now this one is just trading at such low levels, guys. Ticker symbol CTRM. It was up about 36.11% at the close, so about 14 cents today, closing at 53 cents per share. Now, after hours, we're up about another 26.55%, or about 14 cents once again. So it's trading at about 67 cents right now. So what we see here is it was trading at this 60 cents level, last year when the Rona hit, and that's where the support was. Then it broke through that support like a falling knife. It continued to fall from 70 cents all the way down here until about September, and it hit about 15 cents. So it lost a lot of gains right there. And then we finally built up a new support level. For 2 or 3 months, we were hitting this support level right here. We weren't able to break out of it, up or down, either way. So finally, volume was, trading around 6 to 10 million shares daily. Now we finally started to pick up some more volume. Over 100 million shares traded almost every single day. Right here, we had a day with 699 million shares traded. We've seen this stock go from about 15 cents in the past month, and it's been growing and growing and growing, and now we're trading around that 67 cents area like we said. So we went up about 300-400% in a matter of a month, based off of just this momentum that's pushing the stock right now. So what we're going to be looking out for this one is for it to continue to move. If we can break through this 70 cents resistance area, which was our previous support level, then we can continue to go all the way until about $1 before we hit the next resistance. So this one is going to be a hot one. I think this one could definitely be a nice potential runner, especially with the volume that we're getting right now. It's getting a lot of hot volume right now, pushing it. As long as this volume continues to squeeze it on up, and some positive news, obviously, with the Rona and just situations around it, this one can definitely continue to push up. So definitely keep this one on your list. And last but not least, coming in at the number 4 spot is going to be Transocean Ltd. This is going to be another stock that we've covered Up about 37% at midday on January 27th. Shares of RIG are sitting at around $3.83. While this gain is large, no news came out during the day, so there was no news on this one, sparking the large bullish rise regardless. Let's take a look at the Transocean Ltd. The company is in the energy sector once again, which altogether saw a large rise in value on Wednesday, as we saw the other previous stocks we talked about in this video. As opposed to more traditional energy companies like the ones we mentioned above, Transocean works by providing offshore drilling services relating to the fossil fuels industry. As of October 2020, Transocean stated that it owned or partially owned roughly 38 offshore drilling units. This is quite large and shows just how much exposure Transocean has to the fossil fuel industry. As mentioned before, investors have been turning their attention to renewable energy penny stocks in the past 6 months. But attention is also going to fossil fuel companies, as we're still a long way from seeing the complete dependence on renewables, because it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen long term out there, in a few years, but it's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen next month. So we still have, a long way to go. And these current, fossil fuel companies still have a lot of potential. So early in the Wednesday session, the energy sector was up around 0.4% when compared to the Dow slipping roughly 1.7% in the early morning trading. This was quite a bullish sign because the whole market was down, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, S&P 500 as well. It appears as though investors are becoming comfortable with the current trajectory of the pandemic. Although vaccine distribution is taking a considerable amount of time, things are beginning to look up. If this continues to be the case, we could see more bullish interest in the fossil fuels and energy as a whole. With this is RIG, a penny stock to watch right now. So ticker symbol RIG, it was up about 34% today, or about 95 cents, trading at $3.73. As we can see down here, the stock was trading around 67 cents low. So since then, this stock has went up over 500% since, the beginning of November. So huge gains right there for anybody that bought it at the low, obviously. As we see, the stock just continued to push up and pushed up even more. And then we hit this previous resistance area at around $4.50. We weren't able to break through it. We pulled back down. The stock was overbought. We went back down to a support around $2.40, and then we bounced back up again. So now we're going to be looking for this one to break through this $4 range. If we can break through that $4 range, it can continue to run up all the way close to about $5 before hitting the next resistance level and actually hitting the 52-week highs for this stock. So we're going to be looking for these two main key resistance areas. That's going to be my price target around that $5 range for 2021 right now. So this one, volume around 20, 30, 40 million shares depending on the day, but volume is there, so we have a lot of volume backing us up, as well as positive news coming out in the market as the Rona is slowly getting battled with. We have the vaccine now, so hopefully we can conquer it and continue to live our lives like we used to. As always, guys, these were just 4 penny stocks that we have that are on the hot list right now. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below if you're looking at any of these or if any of these are interesting to you. And as always, I'm not a financial advisor, so before investing into any type of stocks, especially penny stocks, because they are very volatile, they can spike in price up, but they can also crash on down very quickly. Speak to your financial advisor before investing into any of these because they're very volatile. And also, this is just educational purposes once again. So if you guys want to trade penny stocks, I would suggest doing some paper trading on Webull, where it's going to be some fake money investing until you learn what you're doing before doing any of this. So do your own due diligence before investing into any type of stocks. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys next time. Goodbye.